Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Look, it's Jim and we're in bed. Yay! Today was an okay day. It's again, symptoms are a little bit better today than they were yesterday and not as good as they'll be tomorrow. However, today was like rainy thunderstorms, which normally I love. But for some reason today, I don't know if it was the barometric pressure or the fact that it was so hot yesterday. Like yesterday it was 80 degrees and today it was like 50 and rainy. Right, Jim? What was the high today? 68 or something? 66?
I can look in.
Oh, he's going to look. So it's just like sometimes 68. Sometimes that temperature change, like, cold, dank, breezy, rainy, humid, the humidity in the air and stuff. The arthritis doesn't like that. I'm a human barometer. But I also just have been having a lot of trouble sleeping at night. I can't get comfortable.
Get the frying pan.
That won't make me comfortable. It will make me sleep, though. I do take melatonin and I take my Benadryl twice a day. And then what I do actually is I nap at night. I know that sounds like backwards, but what happens is I actually get so tired that I doze off for about an hour, and then I'll either like hurt myself awake, like startle myself awake from like a pain, or I'll roll over or something. So it's just sort of like, I guess it is what it is at this point. So I'm trying. I've tried everything. I've tried all the movies, audiobooks, actual books, because I told you books make me fall asleep. But what's happening again is I'm reading and I'm falling asleep and then waking up, like startling myself awake. So like nothing's working. But, I am getting rest. It just happens to be more during the late morning. Today might have been an exception because of the thunderstorms. Jim has a noisemaker that Michelle Weeks sent him that actually plays thunderstorms. So we kind of gotten used to sleeping with thunderstorms. We used to listen to Celtic Twilight, was like the favorite to fall asleep to. Celtic Thunder was actually the favorite.
Yeah.
It was one of those, like, when you used to go to Walmart and they had like the big CD display of all the sounds. We found it there, and like I've never been able to find it again, and we lost it. We had the case still. Like, we still have the case, but can't find it. Scan it on Amazon, but we don't have the case anymore. We lost it in the flood. But anyway, I digress. Over the years, we've done different things, right, sweetie? We've had noisemakers. We fell asleep to music. We've fallen asleep to movies. I always fall asleep when Jim reads to me. Jim used to, like, when he was reading me, first introduced me to the ElfQuest graphic novels when we first met. He would just read me to sleep, and then I would start him the next day of being like, can you go back to when she came out of the cave? And I'm like, all right, that's when you fell asleep. I said, well, that's the last thing I remember. Or whatever the storyline was. But if you're interested, ElfQuest is just it was an independent graphic comic, like basically a comic book series. They were independent publishers that have since been picked up by, are they Dark Horse now, Jim, or they were Dark Horse?
They were Dark Horse, and they split from Dark Horse and became just, I forgot the name of their publishing company now. Yeah,
they were, then they actually got picked up by one of the big ones for a while, didn't they? Like DC?
Yeah, DC.
Yeah.
But DC didn't do them any
justice. No, exactly. But it's just a husband and wife team. He writes the stories, she draws all the pictures. We love them.
Wendy and Richard Penny.
Yes, Pini. But we do love them. They're different types, like different breeds of elves. It's really good, and we love the Wolf Riders. That's the original start of the series. Starts with the Wolf Riders. What, hon?
Yeah.
Yeah. We named our cat, our former cat, after the heroine in the story, or one of the many, I guess. But anyhow, I digress. So when Jim was reading me to sleep, I would be like, good night, Irene, because it's the comforting of his voice, and reminds me of when we were first met and we were just talking to each other on the phone all night. I guess that's really what the comfort feels like. But Jim is just being amazing. He is like having like a stress sesh every night. And I did say something honestly to him, and if you guys have an opinion about it, I'm sure you'll tell me. But I am trying really desperately not to make him feel guilty about anything. even when he hurts me pulling off a bandage, it's a guttural reaction. It's not like a conscious reaction. I'm not like consciously jerking my skin, obviously. It's just like, it's sometimes it just happens and I'm like, ow, you know, like you can't really help it. But every night when he comes to bed to do this for me, he makes me feel guilty because, and not consciously either, he said, subconsciously, because it's zapping all the energy out of him. He's like, I think the energy is getting zapped because I see all the things that are wrong with you. And I'm like, well, then how do you think I feel having these things wrong with me, you know? And then on top of that, trying to deflect the guilt from having you do this and stressing you out. And it's just so difficult. I haven't heard from anybody today as far as services is concerned. I was really expecting to get some phone calls, but I always usually give everybody the day if I don't hear tomorrow. But then Jim and I are headed into the city on Wednesday, excuse me. So that's going to be pretty exciting. See what the surgeon says. I think the surgeon, if anything, the surgeon's going to look at the wounds and want to do something about them. I have a feeling. I hope he doesn't admit me into the hospital, but if he does, hey, you know what? At least I'll get fixed, right, Jim?
Yeah.
And you'll take a break for a while of me?
Hopefully.
Yeah. I don't want to, but if it happens, it happens. You know me. I'm like, go with the flow. Whatever's best. So, what else? I would love to go to the wheelchair place and exchange wheelchairs. I would love to be able to do that. But I don't know how long I'm going to need the wheelchair for, so we'll see. But I would love to squeeze my tushy into a 22-incher. And if we had enough time, I would love to be able to go by the rehab center and see everybody and say, hey, how you doing? But we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. We don't know how the appointment runs. Sometimes we're running late. Sometimes they're running late. Sometimes transport is running late. You know, they take you for x-rays first to see how you're healing and then all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to just even the car ride with Jim. As uncomfortable as I've been sitting in my brace, it's been really uncomfortable. I'm really looking forward to just talking to him while we're driving, listening to his music, catching up, just spending alone time with him where he's not taking care of me, I'm not taking care of him, we're just with each other. We might meet Aunt Sue for lunch or dinner or something, depending on what time we get finished. I told him I would love to go to the Outback. We used to go to the Outback. The little town that we lived in New York had an Outback, which is like weird because they didn't even have a high school. But we used to get Outback often. I used to work Saturday till Saturday afternoon. And then because the trip back from the group home was so far, we would sometimes like call in a pickup order or order online a pickup order. And what's great about doing that, don't tell Outback, is that you can order kids' meals without having kids because they don't know what you're bringing it home to. And what I liked about kids' meals before was portion-wise. Portion-wise, it was just like the right amount of steak, the right amount of salad, that type of thing. So Jim would get like... Jim, what did you used to get? Like the steak, right? Outback special?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Are you looking forward to going to the Outback or no? Is there something else you'd rather do?
No.
I never even asked you, really. I was just in the mood, like a bloomin' onion. I know it's got gluten in it, but I could go for a bloomin' onion. I don't know if my mouth would go for a bloomin' onion. Jeez, what am I thinking? Ooh, I didn't even think about that. But anyway, whatever it is, wherever we go, I'm sure it'll be good. Oh, but that's it, guys. It's been a day. I ate breakfast before Jim left. Well, right after Jim left for work, about 6 o'clock, 6:30. Then I fell asleep about 7. No, I ate. Oh. You left earlier. I that's what I meant to say after you left, but I ate breakfast at like 6 or 6:30, and then by the way, the breakfast didn't stay warm today. It was so weird. The bowl wasn't even hot. It was very, very strange. I know, it's so weird. And you had it in the bowl warmer.
Yeah.
Like usually when I go to open it after like an hour, the top lid is all like warm. Mm-hmm. From like the heat, and this time it wasn't. Like I was like, oh my god, it's cold. I was like, what? Yeah, so it was just bizarre, right? Exactly. It was delicious though. It was really good. It was perfect texture and everything. Now I want oatmeal again, but tomorrow we're going to have eggs. What was I saying? I'm sure it was about food because I've just been on the Jones and Food Day. I talked to my niece today over FaceTime, and we just like got talking about food. And now I got off the phone. I'm like, I'm so hungry. I have to eat something. But I told her, I was like, when I go back on the medicine and I have no appetite again, I should call you because you and I always end up making each other hungry. Because she's a really good cook, Julie. My sister Julie said she's become a really good cook, and she also has a lot of special diet needs, and she's just a wonderful girl, a human being. She's a beautiful young lady and a wonderful human being. So anyway, I'm not going to cry because I didn't see her in a long time. Oh, I saw her at the funeral, but still, I'm not going to cry. Forgive me. That was rude. Okay. Anyhow, I ended up trying like Papa John's chicken poppers today. They were just a little too crusty. I tried to pick off a lot of the breading because obviously gluten anyway, but just they were too hard. They were good though, right, Jim? They're tasty. Those chicken poppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted a gluten-free pizza, but they're like $17. The gluten-free crust is just so expensive. But maybe tomorrow. I was talking to him about the Casey's, the gas station where he used to work, has a gluten-free breakfast pizza. Oh my gosh. I've been thinking about that for like, ever since my mouth started hurting, I couldn't have it anymore. Like I couldn't have sausage. And I'm like, that's it. That's not fair. I need to have that. So maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But listen, I love you. Nobody's told you today that you're loved. You can always come by and hear how I love you. And I'm so grateful that you decide every day to come and visit with me because it makes me joyful. It makes me have something to look forward to. And it makes me feel loved and wanted and appreciated. And thank you. I thank you all for that. Okay? And as always, you guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Psst. Psst.
Bye. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Bye. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is me once again from the bed. Hold on. You know what? Let me start over. Because I noticed last time my ear pod needs to be in there. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my